Okay, so today we're starting our final week of this learning, and this is about putting everything back together. So it's starting us thinking about what we learned in the first week when we explored the river and the story of the river, that amazing picture book with all the lovely language that it had in it. So you're going to each day create a different part of that story based on the story we went on. So as we went through the Amazon, ours is going to be based on this. And at the point that you might be listening to this that you didn't do the Amazon, then yours is going to be based on whatever river you did. And so if we start by thinking about all those different types of words that we used, and we can think about how those words paint those pictures in people's minds. So our first task is to watch a video, and this video is about 7 minutes long, and it's hasn't got any narration, hasn't got any talking. It's just about travelling down the river. So there's lots of imaging that you can see, and you might hear the bird songs. And so just watch that video, and as you're watching it, just put loads of words to describe what you see, words and phrases, come up with ideas. It's a real shared thing with each other. And you'll see on the blend space I've put a couple of sheets with lots of describing words that might help you if you're feeling like you haven't got much inspiration. So come up with all these lovely ways to describe and think about those. And then the next part would be then to start writing that up. Okay, so when you come to write it up, I want you to remember in the story it wasn't about masses of writing. It was about really thought out, carefully considered parts of writing. So as the first part of your story is going to talk about the Amazon and the journey through the Amazon, you might want to refer to what you see, what you hear, what you feel, and also the journey of the boat. So you might say, I start as I travel. So really think about that. But when it comes to it, you don't have to write masses and masses. You just have to really consider what you are writing. And obviously the younger ones, it would just be a several sentences, whereas the older ones might be several sentences, but much more well considered. Now the final part of your story is to think about how you're going to present it. So we want to kind of create a book, just like the river book, but yours doesn't have to be a book, because those children I know there's lots of children out there who are really into animation, and it might be that they just turn their story into a little animation and every day they do a little bit more and build it up. Or it might be you do want to do lots of painting and collage to create your storybook. But the world is your oyster, and whatever you would like to do on this is really, we're coming towards the end of the term. This is a really creative part of the year, and it's lovely if you have an opportunity to be a little bit more creative about it. I know some of you like doing amazing little flap up bits, and I'm sure we will be impressed with what you come up with. And you'll see that every day we'll do a couple of animals every day, and the week will the inputs will end on Thursday. And at that point you might just spend the rest of the week finishing off, and those of you who want to, you might do more at the beginning of the week and then have more time to do other things at the end of the week. So as always, this is flexible learning to suit you and your family. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories and seeing how you get on. Well done.